The billionaire came home early from Singapore. Something felt wrong the moment he stepped inside his $12 million mansion. Too quiet, too empty. Then he heard it, soft crying from the basement. He walked downstairs, pushed open the storage room door, and found his 26-year-old sister sleeping on a camping mattress on the concrete floor. No blanket, no pillow, just a photo of their dead parents clutched in her hand. Riley, the woman who'd given up her entire future to raise him after their parents died. Why was she living like this? And why was there an eviction notice from his wife on the floor? What he found on his security cameras, the cruel text messages, the $50,000 bribe, the months of systematic torture, would force an impossible choice: his marriage or his sister. And when he pressed play on the footage, he saw his wife do something he could never forgive. Before we continue, tell me, where are you watching this right now? What time is it in your city? Take a deep breath and turn up your volume, because what the billionaire discovered in the next 60 seconds would destroy his marriage, shatter his perfect life, and reveal a betrayal so cruel it would change everything forever. Watch till the end. The billionaire pushed the door open slowly. The basement storage room was dark except for a single hanging bulb. And there, on a thin camping mattress on the concrete floor, surrounded by cardboard boxes and old furniture, was Riley, his 26-year-old sister, curled up in a sleeping bag meant for camping trips, not human beings living in a mansion. Her face was tear-streaked, her eyes red and swollen, and in her hand, she clutched a photograph, their parents, smiling, taken just weeks before they died in a car accident 15 years ago. "Riley?" His voice cracked. She sat up fast, terrified, dropping the photo. You're home early." She scrambled to her feet, wiping her face frantically. "I was just organizing some boxes. I must have fallen asleep." "Stop." His voice was barely a whisper. "Stop lying to me." His name was Carson Hayes, self-made tech billionaire, worth over $400 million at just 30 years old. And the woman sleeping on concrete had given up everything, her youth, her dreams, her entire future, so he could have his. "Why are you sleeping down here?" Carson stepped closer, chest tight with rage and heartbreak. "Why aren't you in the guest room I set up for you?" Riley swallowed hard. Anastasia said, "She said the guest room needed to be available for her book club friends, in case anyone drinks too much wine." Carson felt something inside him snap. "So she put you in the storage room?" Riley nodded, fresh tears spilling down her cheeks. Carson's mind flashed back 15 years. He was 13 years old. Riley was 18, standing in a social worker's office, still wearing her prom dress because she'd come straight from the dance when she got the call about the accident. "Carson will need to be placed in foster care," the social worker began. "No," Riley's voice cut like a knife. "He's staying with me. He's my brother. He's the only family I have left. Miss Hayes, you're barely 18. You have no income." "I don't care what I don't have. Our mom made me promise. She told me, 'Riley, if anything happens, you take care of your brother.'" Riley grabbed Carson's hand. He remembered how cold her fingers were, how tightly she squeezed. "I'm not breaking that promise." "How long?" Carson asked, voice dangerously quiet. "How long have you been sleeping down here?" Riley looked at the floor. 2 months. 2 months. "And you didn't tell me?" "You've been traveling so much. Singapore, London, Tokyo, building your empire. I didn't want to..." Her voice broke. "I didn't want to be a burden. Not after everything." "A burden?" Carson's voice cracked. "Riley, you gave up everything for me." "Because I failed," Riley whispered, tears streaming. "I was supposed to take care of you until you didn't need me anymore. And now you don't need me. You have a beautiful wife, a perfect life. But I'm still here, taking up space, ruining things." "What else has she done to you?" Carson demanded. "Tell me everything." Riley's voice was barely audible. 2 weeks ago, I made spaghetti for dinner. Just simple spaghetti. Anastasia came into the kitchen and dumped the entire pot in the garbage disposal. All of it. Carson's jaw clenched. She said the smell was low class, that I cook like someone from a trailer park. Then she told me from now on, I eat my meals down here, in the storage room, where her friends wouldn't have to see me. She gestured to a small folding TV tray in the corner, a plastic plate, a bent fork, the saddest dinner table Carson had ever seen. She's been making you eat alone? In the dark? Riley nodded. Sometimes I sneak upstairs at night when she's asleep, just to eat in the kitchen, just to feel human. Then Riley reached under the mattress and pulled out a crumpled note. Carson read it. Riley, your presence is making my life difficult. Start looking for your own apartment. This is my home, not a charity shelter. She gave you an eviction notice? Carson's hands shook with rage. In your home? Riley's voice was small. I don't have anywhere to go. My catering business isn't making enough yet, and I don't know what to do anymore. Carson remembered the day Riley handed him a check for $18,000. For MIT, she'd said, smiling through exhausted tears. Your first year. Don't you dare waste it. She was 26 years old, but looked 40 from exhaustion, hands cracked from detergent and grease, dark circles permanently etched under her eyes from working 3 jobs: diner, dry cleaner, office cleaning. She'd given him her college fund, her dream of becoming a teacher, her entire future, so he could have his. Carson pulled Riley to her feet. You're not going anywhere. This is your home. Pack your things. You're moving into the master guest suite. Tonight. Carson, that'll make everything worse. I don't care. His voice was steel wrapped in love. Riley, you gave up 13 years of your life for me. Now it's my turn to take care of you. Riley shook her head, terrified. If you confront her, she'll deny everything. Not if I have proof. Riley looked confused. Carson's expression hardened. I installed security cameras throughout the house 2 years ago. High definition, audio and video, and I'm betting they caught everything. He kissed Riley's forehead. Go upstairs, take a hot shower, order real food. I'll handle this. Carson, you protected me for 13 years, Rye. Let me protect you now. After Riley went upstairs, Carson locked himself in his office and pulled up the security footage. Footage from 3 weeks ago. Kitchen. 2:47 p.m. Riley was making a sandwich, humming softly, one of their mother's old songs. Anastasia walked in, her face transformed into something ugly and cruel. Are you seriously eating in my kitchen again? Riley looked up, startled. I'm just making lunch. Anastasia grabbed the plate and threw it in the trash. Bread, turkey, cheese, all of it. I've told you 100 times you eat in the basement, but no one's here. I don't care. Anastasia stepped closer, towering over her. You're an embarrassment, Riley. Look at you, thrift store clothes, no career. You're a leech, living off my husband's success. Riley's voice was so small. I helped raise Carson, and he's paid you back 1,000 times over. But you just keep taking, don't you? Like the parasite you are. Riley flinched like she'd been slapped. Carson saved the clip, hands shaking. Footage from 5 weeks ago. Living room. 7:23 p.m. Anastasia on the phone, laughing cruelly. Oh, Jennifer, you have no idea. Carson's sister is living with us. Yes, that sister. The one who worked at diners for 10 years. Cruel laughter. I've been trying to get rid of her for months. She's like a stray dog that keeps coming back. If Carson wasn't so sentimental about their dead parents, I would have thrown her out weeks ago. A pause. I can't just kick her out, but I'm making her life so miserable that eventually she'll leave on her own. Trust me. Carson saved the clip, feeling sick, but there was one more clip, the worst one. And what Carson saw next made him realize his wife wasn't just cruel. She was calculating, manipulative, and she'd been planning to destroy Riley all along. Footage from 10 days ago. Living room. 3:15 p.m. Carson had been in London. Anastasia had texted him daily. "Missing you so much, babe. I love you." The footage showed Anastasia with Riley, holding a thick manila envelope. "There's $50,000 cash in this envelope. Take it, leave tonight, and never contact Carson again." Riley stared in shock. "What?" $50,000 to disappear, move to another state, block his number. I don't care what excuse you use, but you need to be gone. "I'm not leaving my brother." "Your brother?" Anastasia laughed mockingly. "He's my husband. And you're ruining everything. Every time I have friends over, I have to explain why some washed-up ex-waitress is living in our mansion. It's humiliating. Carson wants me here. Carson feels guilty. That's all this is. But guilt fades, Riley. And when it does, you'll be left with nothing." She pushed the envelope closer. "This is the best offer you're ever going to get." Riley's voice shook. "No." Anastasia stood, towering over her with pure disgust. "Let me make something very clear. Carson is going places I've dreamed about. Elite circles, old money families, people who matter. And you," she looked Riley up and down, "you're an anchor around his neck, a constant reminder of the poverty he came from. You make him look weak." Riley stood, voice barely above a whisper, but showing a spark of defiance. "Carson isn't weak. He's the strongest person I know, and he would never be ashamed of where he came from." Anastasia smiled, cold and cruel. "Keep telling yourself that. But we both know the truth. You're terrified he'll realize you're not worth the sacrifice." "That's not true. The offer stands for 24 hours. After that, I'll make your life so unbearable you'll beg to leave." She walked away, leaving Riley staring at the money like it was poison. Riley never picked it up. Carson stopped the video. He sat in his office chair, and for the first time since his parents' funeral, he broke down completely. "Great," shaking sobs. His wife had been systematically destroying the one person who mattered most, and Riley had suffered in silence because she loved him too much to cause problems. Carson wiped his face, downloaded every clip, and stood up. His eyes were red, but his expression was stone. Some lines, once crossed, can never be uncrossed. 1 hour later, the front door opened. Anastasia walked in, yoga mat under her arm, green smoothie in hand, glowing with post-workout confidence. "Carson, babe, you're home. I didn't know you were flying in." She stopped. Carson stood in the living room, arms crossed, laptop open on the coffee table. His face was carved from stone. "Sit down, Anastasia." Her smile faltered. "What's wrong?" "Sit down." She perched on the edge of the couch, nervous. "Carson, you're scaring me." He pressed play. Her own voice filled the room. "You're an embarrassment, Riley. You're a leech living off my husband's success." The color drained from her face. Next clip. "I'm making her life so miserable that eventually she'll leave on her own." Next clip. "There's $50,000 cash. Take it and never contact Carson again." Final clip. "You're an anchor around his neck. You make him look weak." Carson closed the laptop with a soft, deadly click. "Explain." Anastasia's throat bobbed. Then she made a choice. Attack. "She told you, didn't she? I knew she'd run to you with some sob story." "She didn't tell me anything," Carson said, voice flat and cold. "I found her sleeping on the floor in the storage room." Anastasia flinched but recovered. "If you'd just let me explain. You made my sister, the woman who raised me, sleep on concrete." "It wasn't like that. You threw her food in the garbage. I was maintaining standards. You tried to pay her to disappear." "Because she doesn't belong here," Anastasia snapped, mask cracking completely. "This is our house, our life. And she's dragging us down." Carson stared at her like she was a stranger. "Dragging us down?" "Yes." Anastasia stood. "Do you know what people say? My friends, your colleagues? They ask why we're running a charity shelter. It's humiliating. She's my sister. She's a 26-year-old woman with no career, no prospects, no life. She's using you, and you're too guilty to see it." Carson stepped closer, voice dropping dangerously. Riley worked 3 jobs so I could go to MIT. She gave me her college fund, her future, so I could have mine. She raised me when she was barely more than a child herself. Everything I am, every dollar I've made, it's because of her." Anastasia rolled her eyes. "And you've repaid her 100 times over. You don't owe her your entire life. I owe her everything." Carson's voice broke. "And you took the person I love most in this world, and you tortured her. You made her feel worthless. You made her eat alone in the dark. You made her believe she was a burden." Anastasia crossed her arms. "So what now? You're divorcing me? Over her?" "Yes." The word fell like a guillotine. Anastasia laughed, bitter and sharp. "You're insane. California is community property. I'll take half of everything. Your company, your assets, this house, half." Carson's expression didn't change. "Take it all. Every single dollar. I don't care." Anastasia blinked, genuinely shocked. "What?" "You can have the money. You can have the house. You can have every material thing I've earned." His voice was quiet, but absolute. "But you will never be in Riley's life again. You're throwing away millions." Riley gave up 13 years. 13 years of her life, her youth, her dreams. She worked herself sick so I could have a chance. "And you think I won't give up money to protect her?" He stepped closer. "I'd give up everything, Anastasia. Every single thing. Before I let you hurt her one more second." Anastasia's face twisted with rage. "Fine. Throw away your fortune for some pathetic... Get out!" His voice could freeze flames. "Carson, get out of my house." Anastasia grabbed her purse with shaking hands. "You'll regret this. Everyone will know. The only thing I regret is not seeing who you really were sooner." Anastasia stormed to the door, but before leaving, she turned back, eyes blazing. "She'll ruin your life, just like she ruined her own." Carson met her gaze, completely calm. "My sister gave me my life, and I'm going to spend the rest of it making sure she knows she matters." Anastasia slammed the door so hard, 3 picture frames shattered. Silence. Then soft footsteps on the stairs. Riley stood there, eyes wide with shock. "Carson, what did you just do?" He crossed the room and pulled her into a fierce hug. "What I should have done 6 months ago." Riley sobbed. "You didn't have to throw away your marriage." "Yes, I did." Carson's voice was firm. "Riley, you gave up your entire life for me, and I will never let anyone make you feel like that was anything less than the greatest gift I've ever received." "But you loved her." "I thought I did," Carson said quietly. "But you can't really love someone capable of that level of cruelty." He pulled back and looked her in the eyes. "You are real. You're the reason I'm standing here, and I would rather lose everything than lose you." Riley collapsed against him, crying years of held-back tears, and Carson held her the way she'd held him through 1,000 childhood nightmares. Now it was his turn. 3 months passed. The divorce was brutal and expensive and absolutely worth it. Anastasia settled for less than half, desperate to keep the footage from going public. The mansion felt completely different now. Lighter, warmer, like a home. Riley moved into the master guest suite, but more importantly, she started to live again. She enrolled in online classes to finish her degree in education, the dream she'd abandoned at 18. She started a catering business from the house. Her food was incredible, and word spread fast. Within 2 months, Riley had catered 3 corporate events, a wedding and a charity gala. One Saturday, Carson came home to find the kitchen filled with incredible smells. Riley was at the stove, laughing with a woman he didn't recognize. "Carson!" Riley called out, face glowing. "This is Jade. She's a culinary instructor. She's been helping me develop new recipes." Jade smiled warmly. "Your sister is incredibly talented. I've been trying to recruit her to teach a class." Carson grinned. "She's the best cook I know." Because you raised yourself on ramen, Riley teased. They all laughed. This was what home was supposed to feel like. 2 weeks later, Carson's phone buzzed. Unknown number. He almost didn't answer. Then something made him pick up. Carson. Anastasia's voice, tight and strained. I made a mistake. I was stressed, I was overwhelmed, I said things I didn't mean. Stop. Just listen. We can fix this. Go to therapy. Start over. I'll apologize to Riley, No. Carson, please. I have nothing. My friends won't talk to me. My family cut me off when they found out what I did. I need you. You had me, Carson said quietly. And you had the chance to have a real family. But you chose cruelty over kindness. You chose pride over love. I can change. Maybe you can, but not with us. Goodbye, Anastasia. He hung up, blocked the number, and never looked back. That evening, Riley and Carson sat on the back patio watching the sunset. The sky was painted pink and gold and purple. Hummingbirds darted between jasmine flowers. Jazz music drifted from a neighbor's house. Thank you, Riley said quietly. For what? For believing me. For choosing me. Carson shook his head. You don't thank family for doing what's right. Riley smiled, eyes shimmering. When Mom and Dad died, I was terrified. I was 18. I didn't know if I could raise you. You did more than that, Carson said softly. You gave me a life. You gave me hope and the belief I could be something more. And you gave me mine back. They sat in comfortable silence as stars appeared. Inside, the kitchen smelled like Riley's cooking. Her textbooks spread across the dining table, her laughter echoing through halls. This was what home was supposed to feel like. Not perfect, not curated, not designed to impress strangers, but real. Carson looked at his sister and smiled. We made it, Ree. She squeezed his hand. Yeah, we really did. And in that moment, Carson understood. True wealth wasn't measured in dollars or Forbes lists. True wealth was measured in the people who loved you when you had nothing, and fought for you when you had everything. Riley had been his wealth all along. Now, it was his turn to be hers. Like and subscribe for more stories of justice, loyalty, and family. Drop a comment if you've ever had someone who sacrificed everything for you. We read every single one.